I finished it. This is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. If you guys don't know, it's basically about a girl who is able to control the dead. Um, I already did a halfway through read-through video of this, so go back and watch that if you want the full rundown. This is just my review and the rest of the last half of the book. So if you don't want spoilers, go back and watch that one. Yeah, so hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on the notification bell for whenever I post a video, and let's just jump right on into it. Roll the intro. So, the quick rundown is Artemisia of Names is what's known as a Grey Sister. They're basically like nuns. And they have what's called relics, which these relics are able to contain the spirits of the dead. Which these spirits, when someone dies in this world, they come back as a certain degree of spirit. Like there's a first order spirit, which are like nearly harmless, and so on and so forth as they go on. It's like second, third, fourth, and fifth. A fifth order is called a revenant, which is a super powerful spirit that can only be controlled by something called a Vespertine, which is a high priestess which was trained to control such a high relic. Artemisia was not trained. Her convent gets attacked by, they possess soldiers, they come in, and the one that was trained to handle it, well, she was really old and she gets murdered. And the last person she sees is Artemisia, and she just gives it to her. So she wasn't trained. And it's basically her learning to deal with the Revenant. The Revenant kind of talks to her in like an Eddie and Venom type way. If you've seen the Venom movies, you know what I'm talking about. It talks to her telepathically, and she starts trying to figure out why these soldiers were possessed and were attacking her convent in the first place. And it turns out that there is basically a coup going on in the clerisy, which is the government that now controls the entire like kingdom. I'm gonna say, like, it's not specified if it's a country or a kingdom. That wasn't specified. But the world building in this is really good, and I've really loved the fact that Artemisia, she's not overpowered. Like, some people would say that she is overpowered. She's not overpowered. She gets knocked down and to the brink of death nearly constantly. Learning how to not only deal with the Revenant, but dealing with, you know, all these people that are trying to kill her because she possesses one of the only known Revenants to still exist. And her talking to the Revenant is so funny sometimes because she has a lot of baggage, and the Revenant kind of helps her deal with this baggage in a way. And they form this little bond. At first it's like, I won't possess you and kill you if you don't destroy my relic, because if you destroy a relic in this world, the spirit just goes away. Like, it's no longer this powerful, basically, weapon that can be used against the dead if they possess somebody. So the Revenant basically makes a deal with her and is like, hey, nun, if you don't destroy my relic, I'm not going to possess you and kill you, or make you kill people you love. And she's like, okay, cool. Don't possess me and help me figure out how to deal with you and find out who did this to my convent in the first place and why I ended up with you, and I won't destroy your relic. So they kind of have this bond in the beginning, and then it's like a convenience bargain at first, and then it kind of blossoms and kind of like they learn to work together more, and they become almost friends. Like, they become like friends in the end, and it's really good. And it left the door open. The ending of the book left the door open really well for a sequel, but it can still be a standalone. Like, if this didn't get a sequel, it could just end right there. But if this left the door open in such a way, I'm not going to say how, because I don't want to spoil the entire thing for you. So it left the door open for a sequel, which I think was really great. I like the writing style of Margaret Rogerson. It was a fast read, but it had such good world building and like enough world building to get you into it. I keep wanting to say word building because that's a subject I've taken, is word building. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah, it left the door open for a sequel, and I really liked this world. I really liked the entire magic system. It's spooky, it's dark. It gave me like nearly like Dungeons and Dragons vibes because there's wraiths in this. Wraiths are one type of spirit that she has to fight, and I really liked that. It's just, this was a really cool concept. This was such a cool, dope concept I've never really seen before. And that really stood out to me. That's why this was one of my most anticipated reads, because I'm like, you know what, I really love that concept. And of course, with it being Margaret Rogerson, who has wrote Sorcery of Thorns, and I partially read that, and I did like it, what I could read of it, but I was like reading like a snippet of it somewhere. I think it was at Barnes & Noble. I was just kind of like holding it at Barnes & Noble and was like reading a little bit of it to pass the time. So I really did like this. And like, but some things it did leave out. It did leave, like I said, it didn't specify if it's a kingdom or if it's like a country on its own right. All it really specified is how the government, the clerisy, works in this, and that there used to be kings, but now the clerisy has taken it over, and how the clerisy elects its officials. So, like, things like that, but you don't really notice it until after you're done, to me. Like, I know there's people that really catch on to that stuff, but I didn't really catch on to it until I just started thinking about it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give what do I think about it. I think this was great. This was a great concept. And it was perfect for spooky season. Like, this was dope for spooky season. It didn't have a lot of, like, typical, like, Halloween-y vibes, but it has ghosts, it has, like, death, it has mystery, it has cool magic that involves spirits and all that. So I really think this was dope. This was cool, and I'm going to give it a 4.5 stars. So, there you go. And, yeah, pick this up. This was great. I really did like this. If she does make a sequel, I'm not sure if I will read it or not, because I kind of like this as just a standalone. And it kind of leaves the door open for the imagination, which I like. So you could just kind of, like, imagine what happens next, but she might write a sequel to this. So, yeah, that's my review. That's it. That's all. Yippity-dippity, folks. So, if you guys like this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, press the notification bell for whenever I post a video, and if you guys ever want to talk about books in the comments, let's do that. Tell me what books you're reading. Let's talk about it in the comments, because I like to have conversations about books. I always feel so out of the loop with things going on in the book community, so yeah, let's talk. Let me know. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. Happy reading.